It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and we'll get a look here at wideout A.J. Brown. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Eagles and the Raiders, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 24.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. It's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Michael Mayer, his intended receiver. But it'll be second down. You look at this Eagle defense. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
I just considered myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
A gain there of 21 yards. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 5. Back to throw again. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when...
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Eagles are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this out to about the 40. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, his 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
You look at this Eagle defense.
They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
See if they do that. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. A beautiful spin and room to run.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. As we count down to the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They've clinched the top spots of the road to the Super Bowl. It runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say,
and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith
with career touchdown number 60.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Well, sacking on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. They'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jordan Davis, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. He's going deep for Brown. Touchdown! A.J. Brown, 42 yards. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays, a long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Nolan Smith, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
You doing okay over there, partner? Because that's yet another sack in this game that you just had to call. We're not even at halftime yet. No wonder this team has the lead. What an effort by the defense right from the word go. The adjustments at halftime, they're going to have to be big, or this could really get ugly in the second half.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up.
We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Taken right around the 44. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talk this about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now back to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Yeah, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Hurts sets up to throw it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the Cowboys on top as they play the second quarter. Michael Thomas, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. It's C.J. Stroud with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Zay Flowers, a touchdown reception. We just watched a fine first half out of the mobile quarterback. That's Jalen Hurts. He had it going right away. 2 touchdown passes in the first quarter, 2 more in the second. 4 touchdown passes all told. And he's likely not done yet. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for him. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone, throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Here's a handoff to Swift. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season.
And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And Jacobs is going to have a Raiders first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
At the 38-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10.
It's Devontae Smith and the Eagles ready to go on offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 75 yards. And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The first throw here for the backup Garoppolo.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here's A.J. Cole now
as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
On the handoff, this is Swift. Jermaine Johnson there to bring him down.
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 35.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a 1st down as well.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
14 yards there and an Eagle first down. For a lot of people, the MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Now it's Swift. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Swift. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jordan Davis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him.
Here we go.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Myers. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up the 4th down. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Eagles, they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they run their mark to 15-0 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.